All right, looks like the notification popped up.
Sam. Okay, hello everybody. Happy Friday. We are back at it again with a live reading of the Quarantine Quarters Writing Challenge. So we're very excited to bring this to you once again. This is our round 5. My name is Ellen. I am a co-founder of Green Buffalo Productions. We are here in Buffalo, making sure that we can create art, especially during this time of social distancing, quarantine, and coronavirus. So what we want to do in general with Green Buffalo Productions is bring new art to the Buffalo community for new writers, new actors, new creators of all sorts. So if that sounds like stuff that you like to do, please get in contact with us because we want you to succeed as much as everybody that you're going to hear tonight. So that's enough about that at the moment. Let me just turn it over to Madison so she can introduce herself. She is our co-founder.
Hey everybody, my name's Madison Sedler. I'm one of the co-founders of Green Buffalo Productions. We produce new plays, new works, new musicals, new movies of all types and sorts. So if you're interested in working with us at all, especially after the quarantine's over, give us a shout at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. We're always looking for new work. We're always looking for new stuff to produce. And we are really excited to start working with you. Just wanted to give a big shout out to 2 people who this whole live streaming would not be possible if it was not for them. Layla Gentile and Zach Hattrick. Layla, or Gentile, I'm sorry, I need to train myself to say it better. She's a board member for us, a playwright, director, and actor here in Buffalo. We met her when we first started, and she's been working with us ever since, and we love her, and she's been helping us achieve everything that we have done so far. And then also Zach Hattrick, who's also a local director, actor, playwright. I mean, he's our pretty cool video guy who is doing the stream right now for us. So we are really happy to have them on our team and are looking forward to all of the great work that they're going to bring to Green Buffalo as we grow and as we continue to work with them. Before we really get into like a bunch of new stuff, we have a Patreon now. We'll put that link in the comments as well for you guys to join our Patreon. It would be super helpful for us.
Looks like there's a little error on our screen, but we're taking care of that. You want to keep talking about Patreon while we go forward? I think it's just a screen sharing thing.
I think I went mute for a second. Oh no.
I think so. Yeah, there's an error on our screen, so we're just working on that at the moment. Sorry.
Yeah, no problem.
But I think you can keep going because we can talk through it.
Yeah, I guess I'll just talk a little bit about. Did I talk about Patreon? Did you guys hear that or no?
Very briefly. It was just the introduction. Said we have.
So we have a Patreon. Great. I'll just start again. Shout out to Katie Schwebka. She's our first Patreon member. We have different tiers, which will get you different perks and stuff with us at Green Buffalo Productions. $5 tier, $10 tier, $25 tier, and so on, to help us not only pay our production team members and our quality and help the quality of all of our productions, but also would help us pay our actors that we work with as we move forward in the Buffalo community. We're really excited about our Patreon. We have some really exciting new ventures that are only available on Patreon. So definitely take a look. I'll link that below for you guys when I have a minute. Yeah, and then just moving on to one last thing, and then I swear I will stop talking. Um, we have had to move most of our things this season over to next season, so I wanted to just say a quick little hello and thank you to Scott Seifert for understanding his wonderful play Treading Water that I was directing, and that Keith Cheney was assistant directing with me. Had to be moved to the summer of 2021. We actually have two of the actors in here this reading, Doris Howell and Julie Greiger, who are going to be in this wonderful show. We're hoping that everyone can come back for it next year, the original cast, and we're very excited to get to working on it again next year. But keep an eye out for Treading Water. It's a comedy, but it also deals with heavy topics like grief and how to move on. Well, with that being said, do we have Layla around to
Yes, I'm here.
Yay!
I'm going to talk about Wander Through Wonderland. So Wander Through Wonderland is an immersive theater project that I wrote and will be directing based on Alice's Adventures in Wonderland by Lewis Carroll. This is a project that I've been working on for probably about 5 years now. I love this project very much. I can't wait for it to happen, but unfortunately, due to COVID, we have to spend it to summer of 2021. If you have any interest in Alice in Wonderland and immersive theater, absolutely feel free to reach out to me. This piece explores identity, definitely elements of bipolar disorder, and how does this person move through her world while also dealing with things going on in her head. So definitely reach out if you have any interest, especially since we'll be doing some really fun stuff with immersive theater. So yeah, let me know who's next. Whoever's next, take it over.
I believe I am. Let me just we're trying to take care of that error, so let me just take a second. After Wander Through Wonderland, we can talk about our project with Liminal Space Ensemble. What we're doing is creating a concept album, and what we wanted to do was talk about Buffalo and talk a little more specifically about a specific figure in Buffalo history, Elbert Hubbard. He is a founder of the Roycroft Project and the Roycroft Center. So what we're doing is working together with, like I said, Liminal Space Ensemble, who they will create the music, and Green Buffalo will create the lyrics/story to go along with it. So it's going to take a little bit of funds to get this in motion. So what we have is there is an Indiegogo. So if you want more information about that, please contact us about that. We also have a logo design competition. So anybody who wants to participate in that, any kind of art style is welcome. There are some specific rules, so you'll see that filter through on the slideshow as you're watching it. Basically, all the designs need to include the full title of the project, which is Little Journeys to the Homes of the Great. The logo should incorporate the arts and crafts aesthetic of the Roycroft era, and then any medium is acceptable, but we just need to be able to make it, digitize it into a 500 by 500 pixel space. So that's pretty exciting. Fun fact, well, not so fun because it's a little sad, but yesterday would have been the day that actually Elbert Hubbard and his wife passed away on the sinking of the Lusitania. So just a little bit of history for you. If that's something that you're interested in, please contact us. We want as many people involved in this project and actually our next project as possible. Maddie, you want to talk about what it means to be human?
Of course. So we have another community-driven project that we're working on, hopefully to put up sometime within the 2021-2022 season. It's called What It Means to Be Human. And we're looking for people to share their stories about being human, kind of in the same format as Eve Ensler's The Vagina Monologues. This is a fun fact. That's actually where Ellen and I met. And now we have a wonderful little theater company that we do together. Yay! We're looking to accept all sorts of different types of performative art, such as poems, monologues, spoken word, choreographed dance, music, short stories, short plays, and any other type of visual or performative art. We're really excited about this one. This is something that Ellen and I have wanted to do for a really long time. And this will be a 100% like charity driven show. So we're looking for submissions for that. If there's anything that you were looking to write about, we know it's kind of a heavy ask, but any kind of experience that you've had here in Western New York or in your life that has to do with maybe poverty, higher education, healthcare, sexual violence, family differences, violence, race, gender identity, religion, addiction, to name a few. We're looking for all different types of experiences to get the this show off the ground. So if you could just email us, greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com, we'll be happy to take a look at it. We also offer that if you write your own piece and you want to act in it, just let us know. If you write your own piece and you want to go under a pseudonym, we understand. This is a very hard, heavy ask for people. I understand how difficult it may be to write about a really personal experience and share it with the world. So if it's something you're not comfortable with, just let us know. We try to be as understanding as possible to sensitive topics like that. All right, that was sad. Let's move on to something funny. Ellen, you want to talk about Comedy Queen?
Oh, do I? Okay, so this is something that we wanted to do back in March for Women's History Month. So unfortunately, we had to change it. We're still hoping to do this event in July, at the end of July, at Perks at Horse Feathers. So what the idea behind this is that we wanted to highlight female comedians specifically, or people who identify as female in the comedy scene. So what we'll do is we had a few people sign up. We have a couple slots left if you did want to perform, where they will all compete for the crown and $100 cash. So Layla, myself, and Madison will be the judges. We're three people, the three judges, and we will vote for our favorite comedian, and she will be the comedy queen of Green Buffalo Productions, and then the audience favorite will get a tiara. They're both very nice. We should be posting pictures of these tiaras and crowns. I can do that soon, just so you can get an idea of how cool it is. And then hopefully we'll be able to do this in person at Perks at Horse Feathers. Hopefully we'll do that. And if not, we'll figure something out. We want to make sure this happens. So check that out. Tickets are technically still on sale, so you can check that out at Brown Paper Tickets. So it's GBP Comedy Queen at bpt.me. I'm going to post a bunch of stuff to this video so you guys can follow your specific interests and click on whatever you'd like. And then if you did want to perform, please email us your performer bio at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com.
Awesome.
Layla, want to talk about the Museum of Fuckboys?
Absolutely. I love this show. So Museum of Fuckboys was written by Justin Karcher, who is a local playwright and poet. I'm very excited to be directing this show. It is so much fun. So basically, it follows a young man who he himself is a fuckboy, who we get to see him interact with three different women in his life and how he either learns or doesn't learn from those experiences. Some of the interactions are more sad. Some of the other interactions are really funny. It's a wonderful, wonderful team. I'm very sad that we had to postpone it back in March, but it's okay because it's going to be happening in August if everything goes well and we can go back to our lives again. So hopefully in August you should be able to see this amazing show, The Museum of Fuckboys. Yeah, definitely come check it out. And if you have any questions about it, reach out to Green Buffalo Productions. Yeah,
right.
who's next?
Moving on, we have another fun little exciting announcement. We are signed up and scheduled to do the 48-hour film project this year, the first weekend of August in 2020. The 48-hour film project has really become a huge thing here in Buffalo. We are one of the top cities with the most submissions. And we are, I think, one of the top growing cities that they've had. Our attendance at the Buffalo version of the 48-hour film project has really just boomed in the last couple of years. And Green Buffalo is super excited to be part of it. We can't wait to do it. Hopefully it all still happens. I just, we need to keep on top of that because who knows what's happening in this crazy world. But it's 48 hours of no sleep, energy drinks, and fun film in the middle of August, which is usually very hot. It's a really hard 48 hours. However, it's a very fulfilling 48 hours. This will be my fifth or sixth go around as a writer and an actor, and my second go around as a producer alongside Ellen and Layla this year. We're really excited to do it again, and I wouldn't have done it a million times in the middle of the hottest summer ever, because it must be the hottest summer ever. It snowed today. We deserve the hottest summer ever after today. but we it's a really, really hard 48 hours, but you walk out knowing that you did something great. And with a product that you can be proud of. We'll be posting our 48-hour film project from last year soon. We just have a couple of union-specific things that we have to make sure that we're hidden on. But we're really proud of the work we did last year. We're really excited to go and do it all over again and hang out with people for 48 hours that, don't live in our own house. It's very fun. It's going to be a great time. I'll appreciate it so much more this year. Anyways. On to something super fun.
Oh, great. So after that, we would love to make sure we can still do our Spooky One Act Play Festival. It will be the third year of this very fun show that is written by 6 different playwrights in the Western New York area. So we actually have a deadline set for that for submissions, August 31st. So if you want to write a very spooky play or a Halloween play or a fall-themed play, we would love to read that and take a look at all of our submissions and choose our favorite ones for the Spooky One Act Play Festival. It's one of our fundraiser shows, so we really just like to have fun with this one. We've been performing this at the CoLab off of Main Street. They are related to UB. We really love performing there. The group that we deal with is really nice. Joe will do anything for us, and we love him so much. So we want to keep doing that show there. And we really want to have as many new people submit their work for consideration for this show as possible. So if you think that you can be spooky and write a play, write a 10-minute play, submit that to us at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. Surprise, we have one email address. Please email us all your stuff and then submit a short author bio, and then we'll take a look and choose our favorites. Layla, want to talk about Buffalo Theater Workshop?
Absolutely. So Buffalo Theater Workshop was started by Emma English, a wonderful woman who noticed that there was a little bit of a hole in the community in Buffalo for reviewing work, especially playwrights and screenwriters who are still working on their plays. They're not finalized, they're not completed, but sometimes you just need an extra pair of eyes or an extra pair of ears to hear what is what's maybe not going right, or maybe to confirm that, hey, what you're writing is going really well. So one way to do that is to get together with the Buffalo Theater Workshop, where we once a month come together and read these plays out loud so that we can hear the words as they're supposed to be heard out loud, as if they were being acted. And then we give feedback to the playwright. The playwright can also ask questions to the people who are there. It's a very communal, great way of getting sharing feedback so that you can make your work better. It's not just plays. We also accept film scripts. And if you have any questions about that, absolutely reach out to either Emma English or the Buffalo Theater Workshop page on Facebook. You can also reach out to us and we'll send you to the right place. But this is a really great way of doing it. And actually, we have a play coming up by Justin Pope on, I'm going to say May 25th, because I'm pretty sure that's when it is.
That is correct.
Oh, got it. So we're going to be doing a play we're going to be reading a play by Justin Pope, which, Maddie, it is called?
It is called The Irish Vessel Timeline, and it is a doozy of a play. It's Justin has worked with
That
us.
sounds negative.
No, it's not. It's like,
Is it good?
No, it's so fun. I got a message from an actor today looking to read for it, and she said she read the synopsis and had to do it. She's like, I need to be part of this. It's very fun. If you're familiar with Justin Pope and his work, you're actually going to listen to one of his plays tonight. We worked with him before. He has this like absurdist kind of way of writing characters and scenarios that like they're just so fun and so out there that I'm like, oh my gosh, how do you think of this stuff? It's unbelievable. So if there's any Buffalo Theater Workshop to go to, I would say definitely go to one where they're doing a Justin Pope play. They're like, they're the most fun plays. I love them so much.
But yeah,
Cool.
So come once a month and we do the readings of either plays for the stage or for the screen. And we, help with feedback. So yeah, definitely come check it out. Ellen?
Sorry. Okay, so next, and I guess without further ado, we want to introduce the winning plays. So for tonight, we're really excited to have some new people, some old people, and some people who have been writing for us for a few weeks now, and we finally get to highlight their work. So we have Alone Together by Kelly Booth, Like No One Else by Catherine Febka, Filling the Cookie Jar Ocean by Leslie Cairns, and Landro's Mismatched Plight. If you can tell from the title, that's also a Justin Pope play. So what for this time around, we had some dialogue that everyone had to use. We had some props that everyone had to use, and a specific setting. So each of these plays used either one or all of the following lines. Have you eaten something? You're flirting with time, baby. Or, and, you're coming with me. Their props were a $10 bill, a drink of some sort, so that could be anything from water to tequila, so we'll see, and then mismatched socks. And the setting could either be a laundromat, public park, or an empty lecture hall. All right. And first up,
It's me. So
Heather.
I'll be introducing the first play
Thank
called Alone Together by Kelly Booth. We have Kylie being played by Mira Stewart. We have Gus being played by Alyssa Ubel, and I will be reading the stage directions. So I believe we are all good to go. Sure. Yes, we are all good to go. So I will be getting started. Lights up on a dirty laundromat in a rough part of town. It is coming up on 11:30 p.m. and the laundromat is virtually empty except for the attendant who's watching television in a back room. We hear the underlying buzz of television conversation in Spanish throughout the duration of the play, mixed with the sound of washers and dryers. Other than that, the laundromat is empty, except for Gus, who at Rise is moving laundry from the washer to the dryer. A chill is in the air. One might notice that one of the doors to the outside is open, a fair crack letting in the wind. Gus is agitated as she checks her old model flip phone several times and sits waiting. After a few moments, she reaches into her nearby backpack and pulls out a battered notebook. She moves to a table and a chair, sits down preparing to write. There's an obvious struggle as she contemplates her words. As she sits, an old tabby cat who has seen years of life on the streets enters through the crack in the door and makes his way over to the table and jumps up onto it, headbutting Gus in a familiar greeting.
Mr. Peepers, what's good, my man?
Cat purrs as she scratches him behind the ears.
I know. I missed you too. Been tied up with the ladies. You know how it is, don't ya? Ooh, almost forgot. I brought you something.
Goes over to her backpack and takes out a small carton of school milk and looks around for something to pour it into. The only thing she can come up with is an old detergent cap, which she rinses off in the sink before pouring in the milk. The cat laps it up greedily.
There you go, bud. Compliments of the school cafeteria. Enjoy.
She continues to pet him while he eats, returns to her writing, which isn't any easier. Enter Kylie. She is dressed in a short, tight dress and heels and has a sash around her that says bride. She enters quickly, driven by the chill in the air and trying to conceal the fact that she has had a few drinks. She sees Gus and stops, watching for a few moments, taking her in. She is obviously troubled. The door slams shut behind her, startling them all. The cat takes off to another part of the laundromat.
Oh,
Gus turns to see Kylie standing there. They hold eye contact for a long time.
Damn, Cinderella. Take a wrong turn on the way home from the ball?
shut the hell up.
She stands awkwardly for a moment, then reaches down to take off her high heels and removes the scarf. After they are off, she regrets the decision as the floor is cold and dirty. Gus reaches into her backpack and pulls out a pair of mismatched socks.
Here, princess. They don't match, but at least they're clean.
Tosses the socks to her.
Thanks.
Gus takes her fleece from around her waist and puts it down on the bench for Kylie in an awkward attempt to make her comfortable.
Here, sit.
Thanks.
As she sits down, she puts on the mismatched pair of socks. Gus sits down next to her, drinking her in.
So, come here often?
Seriously? That's all you've got?
Sorry. You take my breath away, princess. You know that.
Kylie puts a $10 bill from her bra.
Here's $10. Go buy yourself some better pickup lines.
The pen is broken. As Gus reaches for the bill, she grabs Kylie's hand and pulls her into a deep kiss. After a moment, Kylie gains control and pulls away.
I knew I shouldn't have come.
Gets up, grabs her shoes, and starts to put them on and gets ready to leave.
I'm out.
Whoa. Wait. Just wait. I'm sorry. You come in here looking like every dream I've ever had. Please, don't go.
Tomorrow is my wedding day.
I know.
I shouldn't be here.
Why are you?
I don't know.
Kylie's overwhelmed by emotions and effects of liquor. Gus immediately notices and moves to help her.
Here, sit.
She does.
Have you eaten something?
I don't know, maybe.
Hang on.
Gus digs for coins in the bottom of her bag.
They got a pretty good vending machine here. Be right back.
Gus goes to the vending machine on the other side of the room. Mr. Peepers takes his opportunity to sniff out the newcomer.
Well, hello there, little kitty. Who do you belong to? Oh, such a sweet little guy.
Kylie pets him and he purrs.
Where do you live? Where's your mommy?
Gus returns.
Meet Mr. Peepers. Neighborhood Tom and fellow hood rat. Here.
Gus hands her a bag of Cheez-Its.
My favorite.
I know. You best be keeping an eye on those crackers. Mr. Peepers is very slick.
Oh, are you hungry, little kitty? Here.
Kylie puts the cracker down in front of him and he looks at it.
Can he have that?
Sure, why not? Most of the time he kills his dinner.
Great. Thanks.
Kylie still pets the cat.
Our little sassy at home only eats fancy feast. You'd like some of that now, wouldn't you? Thanks for these.
No problem.
Do you mean it?
Mean what?
What you wrote in your text? Leaving for tomorrow for good? Need to see you one more time, please? You know where. I love you. Us.
Yeah, I guess I did.
Talked about this.
Yeah, we did, but
What? My whole life has been decided for me. Tomorrow, I'm getting married, and there's not a damn thing that me or you or anyone else can do about it, okay? I don't do this, I lose everything. Everything. My life, my trust fund, my home, my family. There may not be much, but they're all I've got, okay?
what do you want?
Do I want? What do I want? What difference does it make? I don't have any say in anything. I'm expected to sit down, shut up, and do what I'm told. I've never been allowed to make a decision in my entire life. My clothes are chosen for me. My friends from the best families. My fiance promised since the playpen. What do I want? That's a good one. Tomorrow I turn 18 and marry the boy next door, and soon after that they'll expect grandchildren. I'm an investment. They are catching in on their return. Nobody cares what I want, okay? Nobody.
I care.
Gus, if only it were that easy.
It is. I love you. You love me. Kylie, look at me. There. I love you, Kylie. You are the one good thing life has given me. And I hope that you felt the same way.
I do, Gus, you know I do, but...
No buts. There's not a damn thing I wouldn't do for you. Leave here with me tonight and don't ever look back. Please. Please. Kylie, what are you so afraid of?
I can't, okay? I'm sorry. I have to get back. I slipped out the back door. They'll be wondering where the hell I went.
Does it matter? Does it really matter?
Well, it was kind of my bachelorette party.
And where would you rather be? I'm asking you. Where would you rather be?
Where? You. I want to be here with you.
Gus reaches for her and enfolds her in a strong, loving embrace. They are suspended in time. Kylie softly cries.
How did we get here?
Does it really matter? All I care about is what's ahead. I don't want to live my life without you, Kylie. I've loved you from the first time I saw you. You were running for student council, stopped at my lunch table and flashed me that smile. That was it. I was done.
You were so cute. Like a little puppy volunteering to hand out flyers for my campaign. I won by a landslide.
Sure did. Prettiest student council president ever.
Miss Johnson, remember the shock on her face when you volunteered to take over as Sergeant of Arms when Jess Cooper's dad got transferred to Georgia? Gus Riley on student council. That poor woman didn't know what to do. I think she was afraid to say no.
Kylie's cell phone beeps and she instinctively reaches for it.
Don't.
But
Please.
Okay.
It's midnight.
Oh, so it is.
Happy birthday, princess.
Thank you. I sure didn't feel like I'm heading to my execution in a few hours, but...
Kylie.
Oh, seriously, I mean, I'm dreading what should be one of the happiest days of my life.
Kylie.
Gus pulls out a small box from her pocket.
Happy birthday.
Oh, Gus.
Kylie opens the box to find a bracelet with a butterfly on it.
It's beautiful. When I met you, I saw all that you could be. Now I want you to fly away with me. Okay, Dr. Seuss.
I know. I failed poetry, remember?
It's beautiful. It really is.
But
Nothing. Us, you have this fantasy that we can just run off together and nobody will notice or care or be affected.
And
Gus, I have a family. And Dylan, what about Dylan? Should I just leave him standing at the altar on a day he's waited for his whole life?
did you ever think you might be doing him a favor?
Excuse me?
Did you ever, stop to think for just 1 second that maybe he doesn't want to marry you either? That he is just doing what his parents want and what's expected of him, just like you are?
Seriously?
Seriously, Kylie.
You got a lot of fucking nerve, you know that?
Kylie.
Don't Kylie me.
Nah, you never thought about that, did you? Because you are so wrapped up in your little, the whole world loves Kylie fantasy that you can't see what's right in front of your own damn face.
Fuck you.
Poor misunderstood little Kylie, never known a day without money in her pocket and the world at her feet.
Go to hell.
Mommy and Daddy paving the way for their perfect little daughter and her perfect little family to be. Another generation of selfish, entitled, spoiled do-nothings who don't know the meaning of hard work and making your own way in the world. Don't worry, baby. Mommy and Daddy will take care of everything because we love our little pumpkin and we know what's best for you. Damn. How could I have been so stupid, so fucking stupid, to fall in love with someone so fucking useless?
Kylie slaps Gus across the face.
Fuck you. You don't know shit about me. Nothing. Just fucking nothing. So I'm out. Have a nice life.
You know what I know about you? Do you know what I fucking know about you? That when I see you smile, you make my knees go weak and my stomach tie up. That when I look into your eyes, I see a little girl who is so lost and so desperate to be loved that she would throw away everything that her heart knows is real and good to not disappoint her family and the fancy-ass society that created her. That when we are holding hands, that we are holding on to the only thing in both of our lives that has ever been true and honest and right. That if I lose you, my life is damn well over because you are the air I breathe. You. Kylie Marie James, you are my life, and I'll be damned if I won't fight for you, for us. I have nothing to give you but my love. But girl, you have it all. And from there we can do anything, go anywhere, be whatever the fuck we want to be.
So what happens now?
You tell me. I told you where I am, the rest is up to you.
Well, you've got my car, and I've got enough money of my own stashed away to get us out of town and as far away from here as we can, so we can pick a spot on the map and just go.
Really?
Really? Right, Gus. You've always been right. I was just too stupid to see it.
You're coming with me.
Yes. That is if you still want me.
Gus slowly takes her hand and pulls her in for a kiss, which she eagerly accepts.
I love you.
I love you too.
You make me happier than I ever thought I could be. I swear, Kylie, we will be happy.
I already am. You see the real me. Nobody's ever done that before.
Gus kisses her again.
Come on, let's get on the road before they send out the search party.
Hey, aren't you forgetting something?
No. What?
Your laundry. Hello? It's gonna come in handy when we run away from home.
You're flirting with time, baby, but okay, I'll make it quick.
Gus begins to empty the dryer and fold and pack up laundry. Kylie spies the notebook and sits at the table.
Can I use this?
Sure. Leaving a desperate plea for help in escaping your kidnapper?
No, jackass. I just think I owe it to Dylan and my folks to at least let them know I'm not dead.
Fair.
Kylie begins to dash off a couple quick letters on the notebook while Mr. Peepers resurfaces and begins rubbing against Gus's legs. She finishes the laundry and sits on the bench. Mr. Peepers settles himself on her lap.
Oh, buddy. I'm gonna miss you. You're about the only friend I'm leaving behind, you know? Thanks for making my world a little less lonely.
He purrs as she continues petting him.
I know. The chin. Such a good boy.
Gus looks up and catches Kylie watching her.
18 years in the system, and you'd think goodbyes would be a little easier.
Kylie tears the letters from the notebook and joins her on the bench.
No reason you have to, you know.
What?
Leave him behind. I can't decome.
Mr. Peepers? Seriously?
Gus, we're starting a new life. Our life, our rules. We decide who's family. If we get to escape our loneliness together, it's only fair that he has the same chance. He deserves better than a couple of stale Cheez-Its once in a while and some warm cafeteria milk.
What do you think, Mr. Peepers? You want to hit the road with us, buddy?
Mr. Peepers continues to purr.
I think that's a yes.
Definitely.
Gus looks Kylie directly in the eye and takes her hand.
Are you sure?
He's a cat, Gus. He deserves a second chance too.
No. Are you sure about us?
I have never been more sure of anything in my life.
Kylie picks up the bracelet and hands it to Gus, who puts it on her wrist.
Just one thing, though.
Kylie reaches in for her phone and quickly Googles something.
Oh God, what?
Chill.
Kylie shows her something on the phone screen.
Let's pick.
What?
Pick. Where are we going?
Oh man. How?
Kylie takes Gus's hand. They both close their eyes. Kylie moves her hand jointly to a spot on the map. They both open their eyes and both read the name of the city. They look at each other and smile.
Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. Let's do it.
They gather their few belongings quickly and eagerly. Gus carries all the laundry. Kylie picks up her shoes in one hand and Mr. Peepers in the other.
Oh, Mr. Peepers, just you wait. First stop, I'm introducing you to Fancy Feast.
Oh boy. Peeps, get ready for the high life.
Who's the spoiled kitty? Who's Mama's little man?
Next thing you know, you'll be wearing matching outfits.
Oh, good idea. Do you like pink, Mr. Peepers? Do you?
He's going to kill you in your sleep.
They exit the laundromat, laughing and joking with one another as lights fade to black. The end.
Oh,
Wow, great job, guys. Yay. Oh, I love that. Thank you so much, Kelly, for that submission. Also, I wanted to give a big shout out to Ryan Schlia. I hope I'm saying that right. Our newest patron member. Woo! If you want a shout out too, become a Patreon member. We put the link in our comments below, so please take a look at that. And Ryan's going to get all sorts of cool stuff, and you are going to want to do it too. So our next play we have up is called Like No One Else by Katherine Schwebka, another Patreon member.
woo!
Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. And we're super excited to start this one. I wanted to give a little shout out to our actors too, Becca being played by Julie Greiger and Caitlin being played by Melanie Heidi. And then I will be reading the stage directions. So do I have my actors ready to go? There's one, and then there's two. Perfect. All right, so we get started at Rise. Caitlin is bopping around the laundromat, humming something to herself. Though she is the only customer there, there's enough laundry scattered around the table for half a dozen people. She's wearing a sequined skirt and stiletto heels, paired with an oversized Drexel University hoodie. Remnants of last night's makeup are visible on her face. She is sorting clothes on the table. Becca enters stage left. In her right hand is a large briefcase, in her left, a travel coffee mug. She sets her briefcase down on the podium, then writes Psych 325 across the board. Opening the briefcase, she pulls out a stack of papers and a pen.
It was John Watson who suggested the learning process directly affects behaviors. We'll start today with operant conditioning. No, I should start with classical conditioning.
She continues mumbling to herself and scratching notes onto her paper, though every few moments she stops and looks at her phone. Finally, she throws down her pen in frustration and picks up her phone. She takes a sip of coffee as she dials a number. Caitlin is in the middle of throwing clothes into the washing machine when her cell phone rings. She pulls it out of her hoodie pocket and grins widely as she sees who's calling.
Caitlin? No, but it's like 7 a.m. here. Doesn't that make it... Are you okay? Yeah, I kind of expected to get your voicemail.
As Caitlin chats on the phone, she continues flouncing around the laundromat, sorting clothes into various piles.
That's not quite what that saying means. What are you doing up at 4 a.m?
As Becca asks, she settles herself on a stool behind her podium and takes another sip of coffee. Setting down her coffee mug sheepishly.
You're wrong. It's actually psychology of learning, and most of the students are juniors. Yeah, well,
Becca stretches out her left hand, gazing at the engagement ring she's worn for the past year.
I'm not changing my last name. My dissertation is published with my name. All of my students know me as Dr. Gonzalez. I earned my degrees myself. Why should I change it? Actually, he said it made sense. He did suggest hyphenating our last names. Says the girl who wanted to have twins and named them Damien and Damiana.
Becca obliges as she looks at her phone. Her brows furrow, then she gasps.
Caitlin Ann Becker, this is maternity bridesmaid's dress. Are you telling me that because you picked out a maternity bridesmaid's dress? That's this is why you're my favorite.
A loud buzzing noise cuts through the air.
What was that? Should I let you go?
Caitlin walks to the dryers, balancing the phone between her chin and shoulder as she opens the machine. She begins heaving clothes into a nearby laundry basket.
I told you before, I don't really care what kind of dress you want to get. It's too early to worry about a dress. What?
Becca glances at the calendar behind her.
March 9th? Caitlin. It's still 3 months away. Well, speaking of last minute, why did you get up so early to do laundry? Are you going somewhere special today? What?
Becca looks at her watch again, jumping out of her stool. She begins pacing by the board.
Caitlin, You haven't gone to bed yet? What were you doing? How long have you been out? Have you eaten something? Huh. I don't even remember the last time I stayed up past midnight. Most days I go to bed by 10. Last year, Elliot and I fell asleep at 11:30 on New Year's Eve.
Caitlin folds the clothes at a table.
That's a great question. I mean, most of my courses are scheduled for the morning, and I like to get to campus early because parking is a nightmare. So, yeah, I have to go to bed early, right? But the truth is, I just don't have a reason to stay up late anymore. Guess I forgot what it's like, to go out and have reckless fun, to not check and see if Elliot has a dinner meeting, to not be wondering if I saved enough of my paychecks for my share of the mortgage payments. No worries, no regrets. Hey, yeah, what? Look, I really have to get ready for class. You can't just nope me. Nothing's wrong. Caitlin, fine, fine. Is this a mistake? Not my marriage, my life.
Caitlin drops her now full laundry basket, spilling freshly folded laundry on the linoleum floor.
Not like that. Fuck. I don't mean like life in general. Sorry. What I mean is, am I too boring? Am I too young to get married, to settle down? Am I wasting away all my opportunities? You know what Elliot and I did to spice up our weekend, Caitlin? We ordered takeout from the new Indian restaurant in town. You know what it was, and that's the problem. We were fucking ecstatic to eat chicken tandoori while we watched Jeopardy all night. Isn't it? What's the most adventurous thing you did this weekend? I should be doing that. Why am I not taking shots in a bar at 1 a.m? Or taking some spontaneous road trip across the country, or going to concerts with mosh pits, or yes, wait, no, the fuck? What's the difference? What's the difference? No, I definitely do not want to found a commune. As much as I miss you, well, yeah. Sorry to like freak out on you. That's annoying. Okay, anyways, thanks for talking me down.
As Caitlin says this, she's dropping an armful of jeans into the washing machine.
Make sure you empty out the pockets, the back ones.
Caitlin stops, reaches back into the washing machine, pulls out a pair of jeans, frowning. She reaches into the back pocket of her hand, wrapping around something. She pulls out a crumpled $10 bill.
Yeah, you always shove your change in your pocket instead of putting it back in your wallet. And then you say you'll empty your pockets at home, but you forget. Like no one else. Call me when you set up an appointment at David's Bridal, okay? Oh, and make sure you go home and get some sleep.
Becca and Caitlin both hang up the phone. Caitlin starts searching the rest of her jean pockets for money, still laughing to herself. Becca smiles, takes a large sip from her coffee mug, and picks up her papers once more. Fade to black. End. Hey everyone who's still on the stream. It looks like we have a live 23 people on here. Just give us a quick shout in the comments if you had a hard time listening to that last play. I think we had a little bit of a mic issue through the stream, but we heard them just fine from where we're sitting. So if you could, just give us a quick little shout in the comments and let us know if you could hear any of that. Oh, look, there's our fun little thing. Oh, looks like someone was muted. Oh, no. Okay, well, we'll have to go back to that one, but let's move on to the next play. And the next play, it looks like filling the
I was muted and I couldn't get myself unmuted. My apologies.
Today. Yeah, no worries.
It just the technology sometimes it's like what's going on. Okay, so I'm really excited to next play by Leslie Cairns. She's been writing for us the entire time Quarantine Quarters, so we're really happy to share her work. For our characters, first of all, before can everybody hear me okay now? Just want to make sure we don't repeat that issue.
Yes, I can hear you.
Sounds good. Okay. All right. Let me everybody right now. Okay, so Fill in the Cookie Jar Ocean. The professor will be played by Terry Savastano. Student 1, Nolan Miles. Student 2, Melanie Heidi. Ethan, Umar Azam. Lily, Elise Dubois. Carrie, Derry Howell. And I'll be doing stage direction. Can we hear Mel now? We just want to make sure that we can hear her for this one.
Can you guys hear me? Did you unmute it, Zach? Hello?
I think we're okay because we can hear you through our Discord. I just want to make sure we can hear you from the live stream.
Okay.
Looks like Layla's. Okay, great. We can hear you. Yay. Okay.
Yay.
All right. So, Leslie, let me do a little introduction. Filling the Cookie Jar Ocean. Scene 1, an empty lecture hall.
Okay, class dismissed. Remember to read Shakespeare when you're done with your quadratic formula. Is that groaning I hear, Ethan? One can love to read in one hand and solve formulas in the other. Don't be a square.
Lily hangs back, wondering if anyone will notice. No one seems to slowly pack up her stuff until everyone is left, including the professor.
I don't know how long I will sit here. You're flirting with time, baby. You sit here and you postulate going back to your empty dorm room with Brittany and her lip gloss and her hot boyfriend, where your gut feels lonelier than you ever have. Or you walk around campus as that freshman with a lanyard around her neck, wondering who she is, where she went.
Piper?
Therapist Carrie?
The one and only. Wow. No one calls campus therapist Carrie. I kind of like it, though.
I was just leaving.
Of course, of course.
Lily stands up and turns to go.
You only came twice to therapy. Then you stopped. Can you come tell me why sometime?
I can tell you now. It wasn't right for me. I'm fine. See, I just finished class.
Finishing class and being fine aren't the same, Lily. We were trying to process your OCD tendencies. Your perfectionism that is keeping you from meeting anyone?
I'm fine. Straight A's. Not everyone has to have a Bob Marley poster or smack lip gloss or...
Lily, it's okay. I'm sorry I brought it up.
Can I help you pass these out? I feel bad for snapping at you like that.
Sure. They're for invitations to take my mindfulness class next semester.
What's mindfulness? Wait, never mind. I don't want to know.
That's what I said a long time ago, when my boss first told me about it. It's about understanding every single moment. Like, look at this $10 bill.
I'm not that broke. I mean, yeah, I'm a broke college student, but...
It's not for you. Not right in this moment. Look at it. Really look at it.
Okay. I know you're a therapist, but you're sounding really cheesy right now.
Humor me. We're just waiting for something to happen.
Okay. It's green. It's faded. Can I hold it?
Of course.
It's worn down. Almost smooth like bare feet on sand.
Now, how do you feel at this moment? Right now. Only this second. No judgments. No thoughts about later. No thoughts about your class before. Right now.
Sad. Jeez, take your dollar bill back.
No. Hold on to that feeling for a second. Where do you feel it?
I feel sad?
No, where?
In here. And my chest feels like it's tight, like when I ride a roller coaster.
Exactly. Here, I'll take it back now. That, dear, is mindfulness. Have you eaten something?
I'm okay.
Grumbles.
Let me go get something. Take a second and really sit in the sadness. Don't judge it. Don't push it away. Pretend the $10 bill is still in front of you. Faded, worn down, sad. I'll run to the vending machine and spend these $10. What do you like?
Surprise me.
Living in the moment. Love it. I'll be back. If anyone comes, tell them to practice meditating. They'll understand.
Wait, what? I can't lead a
Carrie,
room of strangers. Mindfulness. Filling the mind with the present moment? Like a sandbag or an anchor in the bottom of the murky ocean floor? No. No, thank you. My chest constricts, so what? I'm a college student with no plans, no future, only owning about $10 of my own in my pocket. When I stare at myself today, I feel like I'm looking at the ocean staring back at me. Vast and unknown, unknowing and pulling me under.
I'm back, and I come bearing bugles.
Yum.
Look at my bounty. We have, let's see, one dented payday, much like real life, some bugles, a diet pop cola, and one Fanta.
Wow, old school. Wait, you said pop?
Mm-hmm.
It's soda.
It certainly is not.
Pop is what a balloon does. A soda is what you drink.
Okay, I'll take the Fanta then. Pop.
I wonder what it means for a college therapist and her patient to disagree on the correct name for a vending machine drink.
You mean I'm your therapist? You'll come back to manage your OCD?
I mean, I don't know. Maybe?
How many times did your professor say today?
37.
How many times do you have to open and close your dorm room before you go to class? Like
Twice.
First session? Twice.
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 10 times.
Friends on campus?
Last time I checked?
Yes, last time you checked.
0. But school keeps me busy.
How many classes are you taking?
8. 8 classes, 12 hours of class, 2 clubs, 0 friends, 10 miles of jogging a day, 3 study sessions of 80 minutes each, 8 classes, 12 hours of class, 2 clubs, 0 friends, 8 classes.
Hey, Lily, I'm sorry. Let's go back to mindfulness.
10 miles, 3 times a day.
Okay. So, I added another part to mindfulness. Want to hear?
Sure, I'm finished. I'm sorry I spoke so fast.
It's okay. Drink your pop.
Oh, boy.
Okay. So what was this classroom like 30 minutes ago while you were in class?
Well, Ethan sat next to me.
Ethan?
Just a boy. And the room was spinning, or so it felt as our teacher discussed trigonometry. There were facts and figures all over the board. I was writing so fast that my notebook was like an art gallery. See? Let me get it out of my backpack.
That's great. And how did that feel?
In class, I feel, I don't know, alive, happy. I raise my hand a lot, and so do all the other kids. And we are all just complete freaks about neat and tidy things. Equations, geometry, equations, even trig. I know it's math, but it just feels like freedom. Toes in the beach, the belly of a whale. Huge, magical.
I wish that was in the course syllabus. Maybe I would have taken it as a student.
Only if you like math, I guess.
How does it look now?
Empty. It freaks me out. No one's here. The lesson's done. I'll go back to my room with just a void, you know? Endless time.
Unstructured time, you mean?
Exactly. There's no lesson plan, no agenda, nothing to do except count ceiling tiles, which I do, or have anxiety attacks about what sort of job I'll get or won't get someday. I repeat the Fed loan amounts I have in my sleep. I check my coffee pot 15 times to make sure it's turned on for the next day, all to avoid...
The dread?
Exactly.
So when that happens, what if, instead, you thought of not this empty classroom? Right now. Let's try it.
Okay.
Describe this room to me, right now.
It has eraser marks on the board. The teacher is old school. There are 170 chairs. I checked. All of them are empty except for yours and mine, which are in the left-hand quadrant of the room. It's scary here. Lonely. Empty.
Scary?
It reminds me of how I feel when I go anywhere else but class.
Now, Fill it in with your teacher's words. Go on, add them.
Okay. Sine x plus 2 equals the square root of 2 minus the sine of x over 2. And my professor had his suit with the elbow patches, and Ethan was wearing his Axe spray and smiling at me approximately every 12 minutes.
What else?
One girl laughed at something the professor said, and then slowly, the whole room did. This room was filled with people laughing, like filling up the cookie jar with something sugary and sweet.
That sounds nice. Anything else?
And the teacher made us race to find the answer, and we all were taking notes in our notebooks as fast as we could. And then, about to race to the board, then a kid in a wheelchair got it first, and we all clapped as he walked up to the front. Maybe it sounds weird, but it was really special.
I can almost see it. That's the second part of mindfulness. You transform this room. It's like we can see the laughter spinning around here. The boy in the wheelchair and the clapping. Your professor's lovely elbow patches. I love when professors wear those.
Right?
I can even picture Ethan.
Oh, geez.
Wasn't that exercise cool? You can conjure up that math class in your heart whenever, Lily. Wherever, whenever. You're not alone. You never were.
If you say so.
Have a bugle. Let me stand up to the board and say one more thing. Let me know if somebody walks in. Draw all of your stress on the board. I'll give you as much time as you want.
But won't I get in trouble?
Please. Get going.
Okay. I'm drawing a suitcase, see? It's blue because that's the color of the one I packed. And here's my book for trig, and for chemistry, and for environmental physics, and for social justice and grant writing, and for Comp 101. Then I have my philosophy homework, and my life or death class.
That sounds depressing.
Right? Okay. And all those skulls are because we're talking about Hamlet in my Shakespeare class as well. And then there's my roommate with her lip gloss and her boyfriend and her desire to be a nurse. And then I'm just here. Let me draw myself. Okay, there. And I'm just here with the void and the doorknobs and the coffee maker and the emptiness I feel in knowing that I have no idea who I should be. Oh, wow. I'm crying. I'm sorry.
It's okay. My turn, okay? Have a bugle.
I don't think a bugle's going to help.
The wonders of the bugle never cease to amaze me. Or open the payday. How did that drawing make you feel?
Total downer. Depressing, embarrassing.
I wish I could change the embarrassing feeling for you, but I can't. But I can add to it, like you mentioned with the cookie jar. Add something sweet in until your stomach isn't churning and you don't feel so lost. Now picture yourself at your happiest, calmest, still waters. What's happening?
I love my plants in my room.
Ooh, good start. What kind?
Hey, that stick figure of me is all wrong. I'm not that tall.
Better? Okay. Let me draw the spider plants and I'll add your books on your desk.
And I love to write. I want to be a writer, but my mom says that's silly.
Mindfulness. And I love to write. No judgment.
Okay.
There. You're there drawing. What else?
I wish I could work with animals, maybe, or own a dog.
Look at that cute dog I drew.
And a breeze is coming in the window, and I'm headed off to class to teach it or to be in one.
Perfect. And let me draw a bag of bugles. Any scene needs that. Now, how do you feel when you look at that, Lily?
Wow.
Embarrassed? Sad? No plans? Avoid?
No, kind of like floating in the ocean, feeling safe and excited all at once.
We just created that. Here, the two of us. You can do this exercise anytime. Draw who you are going to be. It looks like you could be a writer, a teacher, a vet tech, a whole host of things. I saw that in you too. I'm sure your roommate does too.
Oh, come on. You and her are different. She has plans. She knows she's going to be a nurse. You're a therapist. You guys have boyfriends, I assume. You don't check doors 10 times a day.
Look at my socks.
They're mismatched.
Indeed. So mismatched. One is a duck print and the other, well, that's my husband's. All people are messy, like my socks. We don't make sense. Just because I know my job doesn't mean I don't feel like you do. Like I need to practice conjuring up the sweet moments too.
No one came to your lecture. I'm sorry.
Hey, can we sign up for this?
Me too.
Yeah, that was pretty cool.
Ethan?
Yeah. Wow. Really, you were awesome.
I mean, no, I...
Get a coffee sometime? Talk about the eternal fight between soda versus pop.
Sure.
Get you intrigued then.
Here's a sheet to sign up. Thanks, you three.
Bye, Lily.
Bye, Dr. Carey.
Bye, Dr. Carey.
Toodaloo. Just you and me again.
Yeah.
I knew it.
About Ethan?
Mm-hmm. And about another thing. Other people see what fills you. You just have to practice seeing it for yourself.
I thought we were all alone during this.
I got so into it that I barely noticed them back there, too.
You knew?
Mm-hmm. But I figured one of them had to be Ethan.
Dr. Carey, are patients allowed to come back after they've dropped out of therapy?
I thought you'd never ask. Grab my hand. You're coming with me.
All right. Thank you so much, you two, and actually all the rest of you, students 1 and 2, and Professor. That was great. Thank you so much. You did a great job. And let's move on to our fourth play.
Yeah, so we are going to be reading Londro's Mismatched Plight by Justin Pope. So I just want to make sure I got...
And Layla, before we jump into that, I just wanted to say a big GP thank you to Wayne Conover, our newest Patreon member. Woo!
Woohoo!
If you want a little shout out, especially because we're going to be reading Catherine Trubka's play again, there's still plenty of time to join our Patreon. Link in the comments. So please, please, please join us all the time. And now, Layla, you can take over again.
Thanks. So we're going to be doing Londro's Mismatched Plight by Justin Pope. Londro will be read by Nolan Miles. Matt will be read by Brett Broman. And me, Layla Gentil, will be reading the stage directions. Alrighty then, I think we're all good to go. So, a bench in the middle of a laundromat. Londro is sitting with his head in his hands, obviously upset, a water bottle by his side. Matt enters with a basket filled to the brim with random mismatched socks.
Check.
Yes, hi. Are you ready?
Oh man, dude. I think I really hit jackpot today.
Did you now?
Yeah, brother. Free socks up to the butt over here. And all after a journey through... Oh, shit. I'm so sorry. I didn't even acknowledge your sad state. You all right, my man?
I'm okay, thanks. Rattle me about your jackpot here at the laundromat.
No way. I can't leave a sad soul unattended, man. And I'm not going anywhere talking about anything related to my jackpot until you spill the beans.
You aren't my therapist. You're a stranger with a basket of socks.
I could be a therapist. I've got a degree.
Is that so? What in?
Criminology. And a minor in the fine arts.
Okay, sure. Impressive.
Name's Matt. I'm Matt. Please. I can't leave a weary soul unattended.
Oh, all right. Matt, I'm Londro, and I am plagued by portals.
Matt looks into
You
the
are?
basket, then back to Londro.
You are?
All of my laundromats have been hit with laundry portals, and it's completely ruining everything. I've toiled, and I can't find a single way to get rid of them. It's like half of all the doors to the washers and dryers in my laundromat open to the laundry dimension instead of a damn washing, spinning tub. Portals out of nowhere.
You, what? You're, but, well,
Are you having a stroke?
I'm flabbergasted. You don't like the laundry portals?
Absolutely not. How could I?
How could you? How couldn't you? They're portals that lead to a dimension of awesome free clothes. Do you see how many socks I was able to grab from there?
And are any of them a matching pair?
Well, I didn't check yet.
Check. Go ahead. See just how useful your jackpot is, Matt.
Matt looks through his basket of socks.
I guess they really are.
Woe is me, of all the places for portals to open up. It's my laundromat. And even when it's an incredible scientific breakthrough, the portals are useless. All mismatched clothes, all ruined washers and dryers, all stealing away
Hey,
business.
Hey, these aren't useless. Dude, I don't see the huge deal. What's the problem with wearing mismatched socks?
Londro gives Matt a cold stone glare.
You are a brute. Take your disgusting magical socks and get out of my laundromat.
Hey, a little harsh, dude.
I mean it.
Look, man, I don't know what kind of laundromat owner you are, but...
I am literally the inventor of the laundromat, a place people could go to wash their woes away. A place to bleach out the stains of life, to dry their cotton tears. With the portal plague, the laundromat has become a shameful amusement park. Nobody comes to wash anymore. They keep their dirty clothes and they dive into the washers, hoping to find new clothes they can wear for a day and then throw onto their pitiful pile of other dirty items. And then rinse and repeat, rinse and repeat. And just to throw fuel into the fire,
What is it, man?
I can't close the doors to the machine! So people don't have to pay to go in. It's a free ride to Laundryland!
Bro!
He pulls
If
out a
it makes-
$10 bill.
If it makes you feel any better, you can have this. It was going to go towards my laundry anyway, so, you know.
Leave me alone to sulk here. And you can just dive right back in the dryers. Find some more rude, brutish, uncivilized, mismatched socks. Who knows? Maybe if you're in there long enough, you'll find a woman with the same foolish taste in clothes as you.
Dude! You really think so?
Matt, how are you feeling? Have you eaten something? Are you thirsty by any chance?
I mean, I'm a little parched, but...
Get out of my laundromat!
Oh, all right. Some laundromat CEO you are, throwing shit at your customers.
Customers pay.
I offered you $10. Look, I think you're looking a gift house in the mouth here. Alondro, look at all the people these portals have brought here.
Again, customers pay. Nobody here is paying.
Not my point. Maybe if you keep your head out of your hands, you'll see what I mean.
Matt takes the basket of socks and places it on the bench. He pulls out 2 socks.
Look, Londro, what do you see here? What do you see in these 2 socks?
Mismatched, asymmetrical, against destiny itself.
Forget all that. What do you see with these socks?
It's a yellow sock with angry ducks gripping a mug of overflowing beer. The other one has a variety of wine bottles and what looks like ray guns from a cheesy science fiction film.
Well done. What about these?
A sock with flaming meteors falling towards the earth. A sock covered in a slaughter of swirling colors. What are you getting at?
This entire basket is full of mismatched socks. It's true. But they don't need to be matching to complete each other. It's the feel of the sock's design that brings us joy. To some, matching socks represent unity, harmony, etc., etc. But if you look closely, mismatched socks give us an even stronger look on harmony than matched socks. 2 different socks, 2 different souls coming together, setting aside their differences to create something beautiful.
What does that matter to me? Sock art isn't bringing me any profit.
And that all depends on your definition of profit.
Dear Lord.
Maybe none of these people are really doing their laundry. Maybe nobody here is giving you any of the cash. But that's financial profit. How important is that compared to philosophical profit?
In a community college ethics course, not important at all. In a booming laundromat business, exceedingly important.
Look around you. What do you see?
I don't want to play any more games.
Fine. I'll answer for you. Over there, a lady is climbing out of the dryer. She got in her hands. What you got in her hands? A bag full of new clothes from the laundry dimension. Are they probably all mismatched? You bet. And yet, look further. Look how bright her smile is. She's a beaming. How do we know those aren't the newest pieces of clothing she's gotten in years? And over there were 2 gentlemen sitting on the floor, laughing their asses off. They've got a basket with thongs of various colors. You think they came in with that? Will they ever wear them thongs? The thongs? Well, it's possible. And yet, look at the joy radiating from them. A bond deepened over mysterious thongs obtained from your portals. The philosophical profit is this, my friend. The experiences your laundromat bring. These fine folks will still come in and do their laundry from time to time, of course. But think of the new memories they'll make at your laundromats. Your laundromats, now marked forever on the map of their hearts.
And maybe on the maps of other businesses. Maybe, just maybe, it could be possible to combine the laundromat and the amusement to create something dynamic and memorable, something new, something profitable. Financially and philosophically.
Yeah, man! Yeah! Now you getting it!
Matt, you should get back to school and grab a psychology degree, you fine chap, you!
So, all chilled up then.
Not at all.
What?
Just seeing all of the mismatch. The never-ending mismatch, the constant source of dirt, and more dirt. No matter the benefits the endless clothes has for people and profits, nothing can ever cover up the disgust I have for the absolute lack of tidiness. I invented the laundromat to help people stay clean and organized. The act of washing your clothes kept the people civilized and sparkling. It kept outfits coordinated, colorful, and presentable. This is the act of throwing on random articles of clothing and never washing them. While I understand that some people will continue to tend to their tidiness, it is clear that the ones here for amusement and portals will continue to be encouraged to remain filthy and uncoordinated.
Then that's their problem, Andro, not yours. Come on, dude. Just start charging fees for entering the laundry dimension. It ain't that hard. It's like you spent so much time trying to get rid of the portals that you never even bothered to think of how you can make use of them.
How can I make use of the laundry dimension if it means supporting filth and terrible mismatched colors?
We's get nowhere. It's just circles with you. I don't know how to get through to you.
You can't, and you won't. Face it. I can choose to charge for entering the laundry portals, but in doing so, I would be supporting the very bane of my existence. The very thing I hate most. I am in shambles.
The laundry dimension isn't that bad. I mean, yeah, there's a bunch of laundry just thrown everywhere for miles, but, well,
Thank you for supporting your attempts at a resolution for me, Matt. Sincerely. But nothing will get through to me. As long as that filthy dimension exists and those portals stick around on my machines, I will remain a miserable wreck.
Oh, I'm sorry, man. Mr. Laundry Guy, I had this itching feeling you and I would complete each other today, and we'd both be content with how this whole thing turned out somehow. You and me. Matt and Londro.
You and I only just met a moment ago. You really felt that kind of connection?
What? You didn't?
I felt no such thing.
Wow.
This astounds you?
It hurts a little, to be honest.
Well, I'm sorry, Matt.
It's all right. So, what are you going to do now?
I've not a clue. Sit here and dwell in my sorrows for a while. Try and fail to close some more portals. Ultimately just head home defeated.
Head home to the wife. Do some exciting activities with her, like folding dress shirts or ironing your ties.
Please. I've never been married. I've never had a woman stick with me for longer than a month. Mic check.
Brett?
Hello?
Oh no.
Well, we lost him. You know what? What do we do in this situation? Do we get the swing?
Yes. I think we have to. I don't know. Okay, so
Connection issues.
yeah, I guess a connection issue. So Ellen, can you just let Brett know that we're gonna have the swing come on, and that way we don't doesn't make too much of
Looks
a
like
problem.
Are you back, Brett? Looks like you might be.
No, it just shows him as green. It's just not speaking.
I heard him. It must have been Nolan talking. Okay,
He's
sure.
typing in our group.
No worries. My friend Terry, can Terry come back on. Okay. Oh no. Okay. Just to keep things going, there aren't many stage directions. So, and I don't seem to be able to find our swing online. So until we can get Brett back on, I think I'm just going to keep reading for Matt. How's that sound?
Perfect.
Okay. So where were we? Let's go from Landro, please. I've never been married.
Please. I've never been married. I've never had a woman stick with me for longer than a month.
Oh. Geez. I'm sorry. Didn't mean to. You lonely at all?
What?
You just seem like a lonely guy under all the suit.
Okay, criminology major. No need to examine my love life, is there? It doesn't seem to be any of your business.
I'm not trying to super pry, just trying to be a nice guy, help you out a little since I couldn't fix your portal problem. You could come over, like, to my place. It's just a little apartment, but it's cool. I've got, like, party lights strung across the living room. Used to use them in college. It was the thing. So I kept it. Makes sweet lighting. Different. And I've got a PS4. We could watch a movie or whatever.
I'm all right. Thank you.
Okay. That's cool. I just kind of figured you might want some company.
You can stop patronizing me now.
All right. I'll get going. Matt picks up his sock basket and starts to look through it, and in the middle of it, he spots something. Oh, how did that get in here? Hey, man, I have an idea.
Do you now? What's that?
You ever even go inside the laundry dimension yet, man?
I took one peek, saw the chaos within, and decided to never look again.
Ever think you could clean it up?
What?
You know, like, go in there, find some matching clothes, really tidy up the place. Maybe even extend the business into there. Like, maybe you'll find some things you'd really like in there.
Balderdash! I'm not taking a single step into that pigsty.
Landro, hear me out. If you don't want to make the portals into amusement parks, fine. But maybe you can make the portals into your laundromat.
Another business proposition. Go ahead, I'm open to any and all suggestions at this rate.
Let's go. Right now, you're coming with me.
Unhand me! What is the meaning of this?
You and I both hit the jackpot today. We're jumping into the laundry dimension, and I'll show you what I mean.
How about explaining yourself first?
You'll see it when you dig a little deeper, Landro. The mysterious place you think is made of just mismatched clothing actually has more to it. Trees with dryer sheets for leaves, oceans full of lavender-scented detergent. And the birds, they sing the tune of many a dryer timer's going off.
That's not true, is it? How could such beauty and elegance dwell in a place filled with discourse?
Because that's life. Life's always been an incomprehensible combination of harmony and chaos. And in the laundry dimension, it's all the same. But there's so much more there to take in. And if your way of life revolves around laundry...
Then it's gorgeous. Preposterous. How is it possible? It's like a land made for me. A place for me to accomplish something. I could venture there, clean it up, and build more laundromats. Nay, perhaps further. Clothing stores, boutiques.
Changing rooms and strip clubs.
Changing rooms and strip clubs?
Why can't women stick with you, Landro? You're a cool guy. Clearly successful, too.
None of them have ever understood my passion for laundry etiquette. We go on a date or two, and suddenly they're sickened. Which is ironic, really, since I'm the cleanest man they'll ever meet.
That much is clear, dude.
When you're faced with adversity such as years of loneliness, you must find the comfort in where your passion lies. So the more women leave me, the closer I get to my laundry. It's my only solace, as out here, there really is nobody for me.
You're like a mismatched sock. Don't you think maybe you could meet your match in the laundry dimension? It's time you stop thinking about the health of your laundromat and you start focusing on the health of Londro.
Matt, why are you doing this? What do you have to gain from staying here and trying to help poor, woeful me?
Maybe I'm actually focusing on my own health. Maybe I need to do a good deed to make myself feel like a better person. Maybe I needed somebody to join my party and take the dive back into the laundry dimension to go exploring. And maybe you seem like the perfect character for my character.
You are unpredictable.
Well, we did just meet only a moment ago. Can't expect to know me all the way yet.
I suppose so.
You ready to go?
I might be. I feel a bit on edge.
You don't strike me as someone who feels fear. You're like a sturdy businessman. Just keep thinking about the business you could be making here, the character you could be building here, the new life you could be creating for yourself and for others, the people you'll meet, the scenery you'll discover. It's a new world, but it isn't as scary as you.
I get it.
You know what might help? Matt slams his basket of socks in between them. Why don't you reach in there and tell me what you find?
It'd be like putting my hand into a box of spiders.
Trust me, you'll find more than just profit and character development in the laundry dimension. You might find something more suitable to you than you'd expect. Londro hesitates, then reaches into the basket. His eyes widen as he finds something unlike a sock. He pulls it out and holds it up. It's a sexy, lacy piece of lingerie.
Well, let's dive right in then, shall we?
The end. Great. Thank you everyone for hanging on tight. We don't know what happened. It seems like one or two people lost internet connection. So unfortunately,
connection.
Yeah, I think that's what happened. Some people lost internet connection, but we made it happen. That's live theater, everyone. Okay.
Not a perfect system, but it's cool, I guess.
Okay, so we also did have a slight issue earlier where the entire half of the audio was lost from one person. So we are actually going to be doing a quick reread of that play, which will be done by Maddie. So Maddie, whenever you are ready, go ahead.
All right, girls. So I got you back. Let's take a look. Yep, there's one. Mel, can you unmute yourself? Boop-boop-a-doop. We're just going to give it a quick go around again. Melanie? Hold, please, while I get our other actor. All right. Well, if she's not going to come, let's just see who the swing is. I just messaged her on the Facebook. Oh, she's reconnecting and then she'll be right back. Well, while we wait for her to reconnect and disconnect, let's just get somebody on deck just in case we have the same problem. Alyssa, if you could just hang tight and hang around for a little bit. Oh, she's here. Just kidding. All right, so we're going to get started. We're going to go back to Catherine Schwebke's piece titled Like No One Else. Thanks again, Melanie, Heidi, and Julie Greiger for hanging out and doing this piece again since we only got half the audio on our live stream. Technology is awful. Just a reminder to take a look at our Patreon account. It's pinned in our chat. Take a quick look at it. If you have some free cash just hanging out, think about sending it to local theaters, and specifically Green Buffalo. There's plenty of things we want to do next year, and we'd love to be able to pay all of the people who put so much work into all of our things. So without further ado, let's get back to Like No One Else by Katherine Schwebka. At Rise, we have Caitlin. She's bopping around the laundromat, humming something to herself. Though she's the only customer there, there is enough laundry scattered around the table for half a dozen people. She's wearing a sequin skirt and stiletto heels paired with an oversized Drexel University hoodie. Remnants of last night's makeup are visible on her face. She is sorting clothes on the table. Becca enters stage left. In her right hand is a large briefcase. In her left, a travel coffee mug. She sets her briefcase down on the podium, then writes Psych 325 across the board. Opening the briefcase, she pulls out a stack of papers and a pen.
It was John Watson who suggested the learning process directly affects behaviors. We'll start today with operant conditioning. No, I should start with classical conditioning.
She continues mumbling to herself and scratching notes onto her paper. Though every few moments she stops and looks at her phone. Finally, she throws down her pen in frustration and picks up her phone. She takes a sip of coffee and she dials a number. Caitlin is in the middle of throwing clothes into the washing machine when her cell phone rings. She pulls it out of her hoodie pocket and grins widely as she sees who's calling.
Hey, girl.
Caitlin?
You sound surprised. Were you expecting someone else? Oh my god, if you meant to call that bitch Karen Haskin.
No, but it's like 7 a.m. here. Doesn't that make it...
4 a.m. my time? 4 a.m. my time? Yeah.
Are you okay?
Well, I think so.
Caitlin looks around, gives herself a quick once-over, and shrugs.
You do realize that you are the one who called me, right? Are you okay?
Yeah, I kind of expected to get your voicemail.
And instead you got me. It's like two birds with one stone.
As Caitlin chats on the phone, she continues flouncing around the laundromat, sorting clothes into various piles.
That's not quite what that saying means.
Tomatoes, tomatoes. So what's up?
What are you doing up at 4 a.m?
As Becca asks this, she settles herself on the stool behind her podium and takes another sip of coffee.
Laundry. What are you doing at 7 a.m, Pennsylvania time? Wait, let me guess. You're currently on your probably third cup of coffee, and you're reviewing lecture notes that you've already edited about 20 times before a group of Whitney freshmen stumble in the doors for Intro to Psychology.
Becca sets down her coffee mug sheepishly.
You're wrong. It's actually Psychology of Learning, and most of the students are juniors.
Oh, my sincerest apologies, Dr. Gonzalez. Although pretty soon I'll have to call you Dr. Paulson, won't I?
Yeah, well...
Becca stretches out her left hand, gazing at the engagement ring she's worn for the past year.
I'm not changing my last name.
Whoa, really? Since when?
Telling me that.
My dissertation is published with my name. All of my students know me as Dr. Gonzalez. I earned the degrees myself. Why should I change it?
Easy there. I'm all for it. Screw the patriarchy, right? But what does Elliot think?
Actually, he said it made sense. And he did suggest hyphenating our last names.
Oh, don't do that to your future children. That's such a long name. Gonzalez Paulson? They'll definitely get bullied.
Says the girl who wants to have twins and name them Damien and Damiana.
Oh, that reminds me. I was looking at bridesmaid dresses the other day and found one to show you. It might be perfect. Hold on. I'm going to get the screenshot and send it over, okay? All right, look at your messages and put me on speakerphone.
Becca obliges, and as she looks at her phone, her eyebrows furrow. Then she gasps.
Caitlin Ann Becker, this is a maternity bridesmaid's dress. Are you telling me that...
What? No. Ew. For the love of God, I am not pregnant. Why would you even think that?
Because you picked out a maternity bridesmaid's dress?
Okay, yeah, but it's not because I'm pregnant. Your girl is not ready to give up tequila for 9 months. Hell no. But hear me out. If I get that dress, then A, I don't have to worry about gaining weight before the ceremony and needing alterations. And B, I can take full advantage of the dessert buffet your mom is planning.
This is why you're my favorite.
Because I'm brilliant or because I'm funny? No, don't answer. I already know. It's both.
A loud buzzing noise cuts through the air.
What was that?
Oh, my clothes are dry. Well, one load at least. I really should come here more often.
Should I let you go?
No, I just have to go over to the dryers. You're coming with me.
Caitlin walks to the dryers, balancing the phone between her chin and shoulder as she opens the machine. She begins heaving clothes into a nearby laundry basket.
So, was that a no on the dress then?
I told you before, I don't really care what kind of dress you want to get.
But it's your wedding. Everything about the day should be exactly what you want. You only get one of them after all. Well, most people only get one. Maybe I should go to David's bridal this week and just look around. I could put you on a video call and...
It's too early to worry about a dress.
What's today?
What?
The date. What is today's date?
March 9th?
And when is your wedding?
Caitlin.
June 6th. It is June 6th, Becca. Not only do I still need a dress, but you haven't picked a first dance song. Last I knew you didn't order a cake yet, and despite my constant nagging, you haven't made a gift registry.
It's still 3 months away.
You're flirting with time, baby. If I've learned anything from watching Say Yes to the Dress, it's that 3 months is nothing in the wedding world. Plus, I'm all about doing things last minute, but you? It's not really your style.
Well, speaking of last minute, why did you get up so early to do laundry? Are you going somewhere special today?
Nice attempt to change the topic. I'll allow it for now, but we're going to circle back to not wanting to finish your wedding planning. And I didn't get up early to do laundry. I just figured I'd come here before calling it a night.
What?
Becca looks at her watch again, jumping out of the stool. She begins pacing by the board.
Caitlin, you haven't gone to bed yet? What are you doing? How long have you been out? Have you eaten something?
I'm fine, Mom. I went out with some friends. The bars in LA don't close until 2, remember? And of course I've eaten. It's not a true night of drinking if you don't get pizza afterwards. Besides, I like doing my laundry at weird hours. Otherwise, the laundromat is filled with creepy men or screaming children.
Huh. I don't even remember the last time I stayed up past midnight. Most days I go to bed by 10. Last year, Elliot and I fell asleep at 11:30 on New Year's Eve.
Caitlin pulls clothes on the table.
How did this happen?
That's a great question. I mean, most of my courses are scheduled for the morning, and I like to get to campus early because parking is a nightmare, so yeah, I have to go to bed early, right? But the truth is, I just don't have a reason to stay up late anymore. I guess I forgot what it's like, to just go out and have reckless fun, to not check to see if Elliot has a dinner meeting, to not be wondering if I saved enough of my paychecks for my share of the mortgage payments. No worries, no regrets.
No, sorry. I'm just folding my socks. I swear, I put 2 white ones in, but now I'm looking at a blue sock and a green sock. How does that always happen? Anyways, I think you were giving a tirade about how your youth died after 30.
Hey!
Oh, come on, I'm just teasing. We've had this conversation before, Bex, and if you recall, I've suggested that you quit your job and move here with me, or that we both quit our jobs, buy a huge plot of land in South Dakota, and found a commune. You've shot down both ideas.
Yeah.
Okay, spit it out.
What?
The real reason you called. At a time you assumed I wouldn't pick up, I might add.
Look, I really have to get ready for class.
Nope.
You can't just nope me.
I just did. What's wrong?
Nothing's wrong.
Nope. Try again.
Caitlin.
You might be the psych major, but I know when you're lying, so...
Fine. Is this a mistake?
Your marriage? I mean, you've been in love with Elliot since, like, 2016.
Oh, not my marriage, my life.
Whoa, wait.
Caitlin drops her now full laundry basket, spilling freshly folded laundry on the linoleum floor.
Not like that. Fuck. I don't mean, like, life in general.
Well, there goes the rest of any buzz I had left. Don't scare me like that.
Sorry. What I mean is, am I too boring? Am I too young to get married, to settle down? Am I wasting away all of my opportunities?
Look, you're nervous about taking the next step, making this kind of commitment. I get it, but I don't think your life is too boring.
Do you know what Elliot and I did to spice up our weekend, Caitlin? We ordered takeout from the new Indian restaurant in town.
Was it delicious?
You know what? It was. And that's the problem. We were fucking ecstatic to eat chicken tandoori while we watched Jeopardy all night.
But why do you say it like it's a bad thing?
Isn't it? What's the most adventurous thing you did this weekend?
I don't know. I wouldn't really call my weekend adventurous. I mean, sure, it was fun. I finally wore my 4-inch heels again and we went out last night.
I should be doing that.
Wearing heels? You're already taller than me.
Why am I not taking shots in a bar at 1 a.m, or taking a spontaneous road trip across the country, or going to concerts with mosh pits, or
selling your organs on the black market?
Yes! Wait, no. What the fuck?
Okay, are you actually unhappy with the life you have, or do you just think you're supposed to be?
What's the difference?
Listen, if I was hosting dinner parties with grilled salmon and expensive wine, I'd be miserable. I don't want a 401k. I want a job where I can set my own hours and wear jeans to work. But you, this is what you've always dreamed of. And Becca, your dreams can change and I'll still be here to support you. But I don't really think that's the case. I don't think you're unhappy. I think you're scared.
How do you know?
Because I know you like no one else, and I know that your happiness looks different than mine. Unless you do want to try that commune idea, because really, I'm all for it. I was just looking at Realtor.com, and the South Dakota market is really...
No, I definitely do not want to found a commune.
Damn. Do you want to run home, pack a bag, and book the next flight to LA? You can crash on my couch and we can watch Netflix in our pajamas all day.
As much as I miss you,
You actually enjoy your job and would miss Elliot like crazy and couldn't stand eating nothing but boxed mac and cheese with me.
Well, yeah. I'm sorry to, freak out on you. That's annoying.
I'd be pissed off if you called someone else instead. I know Karen thinks she's your best friend, that bitch.
Anyway, thanks for talking me down.
Always. Thanks for keeping me company while I do my laundry. All I've got left is one more load of pants.
As Caitlin says this, she's dropping an armful of jeans into a washing machine.
Make sure you empty out the pockets, the back ones.
Caitlin stops and reaches back into the washing machine, pulling out a pair of jeans. Frowning, she reaches into the back pocket, her hand wrapping around something. She pulls out a crumpled $10 bill.
Oh my god, it's $10!
Yeah, you always shove your change in your back pocket instead of putting it back in your wallet. And then you say you'll empty out your pockets at home, but you forget.
I guess you know me too.
Like no one else. Call me when you set up an appointment at David's Bridal, okay? Oh, and make sure you go home and get some sleep.
Will do, Dr. Gonzalez Paulson. Will do.
Becca and Caitlin both hang up the phone. Caitlin starts searching the rest of her jeans pockets for money, still laughing to herself. Becca smiles, takes a large sip from her coffee mug, and picks up her papers once more. Fade to black, end. Wow, thanks so much, ladies. That was awesome. Thank you to all of our wonderful actors. You guys were all awesome. If you are looking to be a reader, please send Green Buffalo at greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com. You know, the email that we said 100 times before we started. Please send us an email and let us know if you are interested in being one of our readers. And very exciting, we're going to get going with our prompt for next week. Woohoo! We take writers of like all sorts of experience. So whether you've never written a play before or you are an accomplished and highly regarded playwright, we take plays from everybody. So please, please, please give us a shout. And we're going to pull those plays up right now, right, Ellen?
Yeah, I've got them right here. And so the drum roll that I attempted was a bust last time, so we're just going to nix that. I'm just... I was trying to be funny and it was a bad idea. All right. So our writing prompts this week. So since we kind of ended a little bit late, do we want to have the plays still due at 9 o'clock in the next 48 hours? Does that sound good to Layla and Maddie?
Yeah, sounds good to me.
Okay, so let's do that. So you guys get an hour head start on this, and then I'll post it. So our dialogue choices are silence. There's no way she's down there. And I've taken psychic damage. And the props, so you'd have to use all three of these. A piece of jewelry, a shoelace, and a skull. And the setting, you could choose someone else's bedroom, a clothing store, or a porch. So those will be due, and I'm going to write these down for all those who can't write at the speed of sound. I'll write these down and post them in the group. These will be due 48 hours from 9 o'clock tonight. So I will post that right here in our video. And then I guess everybody get writing now that you know what you're doing.
Also, if you wanted to email us to greenbuffaloproductions@gmail.com, you can have us email you the prompts at any point within these next 48 hours. And then don't forget to sign up for our Patreon.
Oh, yeah, that thing. Please do it.
Please
it's fun. You get cool stuff.
You do get cool stuff. Thanks again to Ryan, Wayne, and Katie for doing it already. And yeah, we'll see you next week, right?
Woo! Yeah, next week.
Awesome.
All right.
Yeah.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
So long.